Welcome, Impactful Parents. Today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why you want to get your kids outside even more. Hello, my name is Christina Campos. I'm founder of The Impactful Parent, and I help parents of school-age children turn their chaos into connection with their adolescent. I offer parent education videos every week, online courses, and coaching. And if that wasn't enough, I bring experts in on other fields onto the Impactful Parent stage to teach you even more. And today I have a special guest. Her name is Sandi Schwartz. And Sandi is the founder of Ecohappiness Project. Her mission is to inspire and educate families to build and nurture habits to feel happier and calmer. She's the author of the parenting book, Finding Ecohappiness, Fun Nature Activities to Help Your Kids Feel Happier and Calmer. And she is co-author of the children's book, Sky's Search for Ecohappiness. I'm happy Sandi's here to share her expertise with us. Welcome, Sandi.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here. Now, let's get started with why is it important for us to get our kids outside even more?
Yes. So number one is to get them off of screens. As we know, even since the pandemic, kids have been spending way more time connected to screens. A lot of them are even doing it in school now. I know my kids, a lot of their school day, they're not taking like tests like when we did in the olden days with pens and pencils and paper. They are on screens all day long. So, and look, screens can be really beneficial. It's just all about balance. And we kind of want to see how we can balance screen time with some green time, because it's just so much better for their health and well-being to get those breaks and to feel more balanced and, get them outside, have some fun, get away from all that work on the screen.
I love the screen time to more green time. That's perfect. It's a great phrase. And you are absolutely right. In fact, recess and sometimes even PE is just not offered, not only every day for kids anymore, which is ridiculous if you ask me, but it's not. Sometimes they even have to cut that from the curriculum in general, which is so sad. So I'm glad that you're here to encourage us to get our kids outside. So what is it about nature that helps our kids feel calmer?
There is so much about nature. The best way to describe it is that it's a multi-sensory experience. And so you have the colors, you have the fresh air you're breathing in, you have the amazing, relaxing nature sounds like bird song and water trickling, the ocean waves. You have textures, it's really like that idea of all this, three-dimensional world, as opposed to the screen, the flat world, where you're outside and you're just, smelling and tasting and seeing and feeling. And all of that can help distract us from our worries and help our kids just like engage with their surroundings and, actually look at something besides their phones. So, there's a lot of science that backs this up now. We've known for generations, if not thousands of years, that humans feel better in nature, but now the science is there to back it up. So no excuses anymore. Even if it's having a meal outside or having your kids do their homework outside, at least they're getting a break from staring at the walls and the screens.
And besides those multi-sensory inputs that the outdoors gives us, what other benefits does nature bring? Is there anything in physical, mental health, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so I actually have 5. So the first one was getting off screen. Why are you sending your kids outside more? Get them off screens, number 1. Number 2, it improves their physical well-being, their physical health. It helps build strength as they're playing, no matter what age, from young to all of us. Like, we need to get outside and take walks, bike rides, participate in sports. It's actually, there's a thing called green exercise, which is essentially exercise outside. And you're getting that double benefit of that physical movement that we know is good for our health, plus the exposure to the natural surroundings. So yeah, it helps with obesity, controlling obesity, building strength, muscle strength, reducing blood pressure, improving heart rate. So, and vision too. If kids don't, especially young kids, don't get outside more, and they literally are only looking at screens, it can affect their vision and how they and how they process things. So it's important for their development.
That's amazing. Let's go back to those 5 that you were talking about. I want to reiterate those. So what are those 5 again?
So 1 is get them off screens. 2 is improving physical health. 3 would be reducing stress and anxiety. And this is where I actually focus a lot. That's what my books are all about. I wanted to really share with people and educate them about the mental health benefits of spending time outdoors and connecting to nature, because that's sort of the missing the piece to the puzzle. And I think once people realize how it helps their kids feel happier and calmer, they'll understand why it's important. It's essentially like a natural medicine that we all need. Number 4 is that it boosts academic performance. So it's kind of interesting because you would think a kid that's outside might be more distracted, but in fact, all the research shows that kids that have a view, for example, like if you're in a classroom and you have a view of trees and other greenery, they will score higher on tests. So academic performance goes up. Nature stimulates curiosity and creativity and problem-solving skills. So, I mean, the best situation would be for outdoor classrooms, honestly. I wish that more schools would do that.
Well, at least with COVID, we've had a little bit of experience with outdoor classrooms, and the kids have had that. And being a school teacher myself, the feedback from the kids, a lot of kids really enjoyed that time outside. It can be distracting, but it kind of depends on the environment that you're in, right? I mean, if you're in a field and nobody else is around, it's such a great place to learn. Unfortunately, during COVID, we had several classes outside, and then we had lots of distractions, especially if your school wasn't very big or the outdoor space wasn't very large. But the idea of outdoor learning, I mean, exploration, field trips, all that hands-on stuff, you can't argue the statistics. It really does stimulate brain and waves and learning and all the things that come with that. So it's such a great asset. And now we're at number 5. What's number 5?
So number 5 is a good trick. It helps them sleep better. And again, this applies to the youngest to the old, youngest toddler to the oldest teenager, that if you get them outside more, then they'll go to bed when you want them to at night. My daughter had a swim party this weekend, and I knew it. At dinner time, she was falling asleep at the table. It just takes that energy out of them, but it's a healthy energy that, they were able to enjoy being outside, that fresh air, a little bit of natural vitamin D. And it's good for them, and it helps you sleep much better, which we all need more of as well.
So we got our 5 really good reasons why we need to get our kids outside. And we're going to say them again. First one is
get them off screens. That's why, is improving physical health.
3rd,
improving mental health.
4th,
boosting academic performance.
And number 5,
helps them sleep better.
Now, all of that is fantastic, but how, Sandi? How do we get our kids outside when they don't want to go?
Yes. And this is what I like to call building a nature habit. And I tell everyone that you don't have to be an avid hiker, camper, biker, or, live in the woods. Even in the tallest New York City building, you can still connect to nature. Every city has a park or a science museum or a botanical garden. And or whether you have a balcony or a backyard, right? Or somewhere in your neighborhood that you could walk to a patch of grass. It's all about changing your kind of daily routine, just tweaking it a little bit. It might mean choosing to walk to an errand, that you wouldn't usually do, even if it's once a week. Getting up a little earlier and going for a walk or a bike ride, having family dinners, outside, doing the homework outside, signing your kids up for activities that they're outside, right? The sports or some other, maybe an art class outdoors, or encouraging the schools to offer more of those, options outside. So it's these little tweaks. The big research came out a few years ago in 2019 that said we just need 20 minutes a day outside in nature, and that can boost our health and well-being. So I think we can all do it.
I think we can too. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see parents make is parents get lazy. I hate to
Yes.
say that, but we just tell kids, go outside, go play. And it's
Mhm.
because we were raised that way. That's what
Yes.
our parents just told us. Hey, go outside and play. This is not going to work in today's day and age when there's so much more stimulation and entertainment that is indoors. See, we didn't have all the iPads and the televisions and the things like that when we were kids. So it was easier for us to go outside and just obey our parents. Now we're getting pushback. So I feel like one of the mistakes that parents make is just saying, go outside, kid, and expecting
Yes.
them to go and figure out what to do. Where I think now we have to really, hate to say it, but kind of hold our kids' hand at first, get them to go outside, maybe lead by example, go with them the
Mhm.
first few times until they could get used to playing outside, kind of even showing kids all the amenities that outside has to offer, whether it's searching for bugs or playing with a basketball or exploring somehow or giving them a um, what do you call it? The not a microscope, but a magnifying glass to
Oh,
go
yes, yes.
check stuff out, whatever it is.
Mhm.
Kids don't think of that stuff on their own, and parents
Mhm.
really need to kind of help the kids along, hold their hand through it, show them how great outside is. And if you put in that effort, parents, for a good, I'm going to say 6 weeks, because 6 weeks, even though that's a long period of time, that's pretty much the statistic of how long it
Mm.
takes to create a new habit.
Mhm.
But if you can really put in an effort for 6 weeks, and even possibly less, to encourage your child to go outside and help them and lead by example and do it with them, then after that, now you have a child that might more love to be outdoors and enjoy this. So I'm so happy that you're here to encourage us to do this. Um, but this isn't even all. You have a freebie for our audience too. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I do. I actually have one freebie that you'll be posting, and then an additional one at my website. And both the first one is a calendar. It's a free Eco Happiness Challenge calendar, 30 days of ideas to get your family outside. And then I also have a quiz on my website, ecohappinessproject.com, a free quiz. You answer 10 questions and you get a catered response based on your children's current interests and hobbies on what kind of nature activities that they would enjoy. So that's, I just want to, reiterate the fact that, you don't have to start from this giant, like, oh, I'm going to go can't take my family camping for a week. Start with what your kids already love. If they're into art, bring the art outside. If they're into exploring, go, take them somewhere interesting, to go exploring with the magnifying glass and the compass and the butterfly net. And so I really put that all down, like I categorized by 5 different groups. And then, you can find all these activities to get your kids interested, and then it will all blossom from there.
So, in order to receive that calendar, you're going to get that audience inside the Impactful Parent app, which will be housed right next to this video. So, go check that out. And if you'd like to do the online test, how can people reach out to do that?
Yes, just head over to my website, ecohappinessproject.com.
And they're at ecohappinessproject.com. Can they learn more from you? What other services do you offer?
Yes, so I have lots more information with ideas. I have lots of blog posts and articles I've written and other podcast interviews, and then also information about both of the books, both the children's book and the parenting book. And both the parenting book is filled with nature activities, checklists at the end of each chapter. And the children's book is a beautiful story that really opens that dialogue between parent and child about children's emotions and what they can do to address it through nature.
I am so excited that you're here. We have 4 amazing resources for the audience today. We got the calendar, which will help us get ideas to how to get our kids outside, available inside the Impactful Parent app. We got the test that we could take onto your website. And then you have 2 different books, one a children's book and one a parenting book. So yes, go to Sandi's website, get all of that stuff, check it out, go to the Impactful Parent app and grab the calendar. Thank you so much for being here, Sandi. I really appreciate all the time that you've taken to help the audience.
Thank you so much.
And if you would like to become a more impactful parent, check out all that my website has to offer. I have parenting courses, family coaching, that free downloadable app, and lots of resources for you. But until next time, you got this, parents. I'm just here to help.